We are live.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Hello,
evening.
world. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. We're so glad you're here with us tonight. For those of you who are joining us for the first time, this is our Caring Moms space, a place where we come together, share real life, support one another, and grow not just as moms, but as women building something meaningful for our future. My name is Emily. I'm a happy wife. I'm a proud mom of one, special ed teacher by profession. We also own traditional business and, of course, a very proud business owner. So, normally, we have a certain flow to our weekly lives, to those of you who are following us. But this week, we wanted to switch things up a little bit because sometimes growth doesn't just come from what we do, it comes from what we learn and what we take in. So tonight, we decided to share something a little bit more personal, a book that has truly impacted our lives, not just personally, but also in how we show up in our business. So if you're a mom, who's juggling a lot, thinking about your next step, or just looking for something that can inspire you and give you a fresh perspective, you're in the right place tonight. So stay with us, listen in, and if something speaks to you, we'd love for you to share your thoughts in the comments as we go. So, the very first one who will be sharing her book or her favorite book is Sis Barbara. So, Sis Barb, please introduce yourself and share us what you have.
Thank you so much, Sis Emily, to have me today on this forum and all the caring mothers. Good morning from Adelaide, Australia. It's almost 7:45 in the morning. My name is Barbara. I'm a mother of three, a registered nurse, a diabetes nurse educator, a wife, and a passionate digital business owner. And I've been reading this book, The Magic by Rhonda Bryan. I really, really liked the book because it gave me so much lessons. The biggest lessons I got are gratitude changes everything. When you focus on the positive, not what you are missing. So if there's another mom who is looking for something to look forward to, that's the best book to read. Your thoughts create your reality. The way you think, the way you speak, and the way you feel. If you complain, you attract problems. While if you are grateful, you attract more blessings. Even the small things matter. Being thankful for small things like waking up, breathing without thinking, your heartbeat just beating without you even knowing what's happening in the systems, in the cardiovascular system, just being grateful. I learned so much, and it teaches not only me but everyone. If you are grateful, you get more strength even in the difficult times, because gratitude, you make it like a habit, like a lifestyle. So the book taught me that it is not enough to feel grateful once in a while, but to live it, to be more, practice it every day. The more your life begins to change, the more people in your lives gives, even, just like a phone call to say, how are you, Bob? Just being grateful somebody's thinking about you, and those opportunities will better the relationships more, and you grow more confident. And the greatest lesson in this book is actually saying thank you. Thank you to God. Thank you to your family. Thank you even to strangers. Even thank you before you even receive that blessing. Because the more you are grateful, the more you receive. And when you focus on growth, you actually grow. Because if you feel frustrated, anxious, and you are not, you waking up in the morning, you feel grumpy, you take that spirit of grumpiness with you the whole day. But if you wake up in the morning, you are grateful for the family, for your health, for your home, for the people who are around you, for the dreams, they will actually come true and you will live your dreams. So, guys, I'm not pretending. Choosing to see light even when it's dark. Choosing to see faith when you have got fear. To start this business, even when you are not perfect, even when you are not confident. This is me reading that book. I can take forever because there's so much. So I think I better stop before I finish all the time, guys. Back to you, Sissy Emily.
Thank you so much, Sis Barb. Indeed, what you focus on grows. So focus on what you're really grateful for. One thing this book reminded us is how easy it is to focus on stress, problems, and everything that's not working, especially after a long day. But when we intentionally shift and think about what we're grateful for, even small things, it changes our mood, our energy, and how we show up. And that matters not just in life, but also in business. And the next one who would share her favorite book, or maybe one of her favorite, is Sis Naomi. And she's about to share, I believe, Atomic Habits. Can't wait to hear.
Thank you so much, Sister Emily, for this beautiful opportunity to share about the favorite books. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Naomi. I'm a happy wife, a proud mom of two boys. I'm originally from Kenya. I live in Adelaide, South Australia with my family, full-time healthcare worker, and I do the business on the side. Now, thank you so much for watching. And today we have a very interesting topic. And when Emily talks about reading a book, for me, reading a book was not something for me because sometimes most of us, or most of my family members know me. I'll start reading, I will not finish that book. And I'll doze off. Actually, when I'm reading, I sleep without even remembering I slept what I was reading. But I thank God for the business that has and the accountability and the friend that has cheered me to read. I've been able to finish the book with the gratitude, and now I was doing Atomic Habits. Now, here are the things that I've learned from the book Atomic Habits. This book talks about small, tiny changes. They bring remarkable results. That means when you want to do something, you don't need to have massive actions at once to accomplish what you want to accomplish in life. You just need to start with changing your small habits every day, and it compounds over time and it brings magnificent results. And that also happens to maybe have bad habits. That's how they build up. So if nothing changes, nothing changes. So you have to have that small time or habits that compounds over time. And this is what I learned. In life, we focus on the results, and we do not want to become those people who want those results. So this is what I learned from this book. For you need to identify two things. One is identity based and outcome based. Outcome based is what you want to have in the future. Maybe you want to double your income. Maybe you want to reduce your weight. Maybe you want to change your lifestyle. But now you need to start from identity based. Identify as the person. Become the person who wants those results, and begin thinking or looking at those people, or those people who are rich, or maybe who are financially stable. What are they doing to achieve that? And then now you become that person through doing small time changes every day. So be the person who could get those results you want. Decide the person you want to be and prove to yourself with small wins. So that means you start with small steps, you reinforce your desired identity. So that means if you want to become a business owner, if you want to achieve that financial breakthrough or time freedom, you begin to become that person. How? Do something, small habits, steps every day, and become that person. Some people hold on some things and say, I will be happy and enjoy life when I retire. I'll be happy and enjoy life when I succeed on these things. So they hold the peace or the joy until that time. That's how it's not supposed to be. You need to become that person and enjoy every moment because life is short and you never know what happens. And I just want to leave my audience with this one encouragement because things sometimes go slow in life. Why? Because massive actions, breakthroughs, moments are often the result of many previous actions which build up the potential required to unleash major change. So those small and tiny actions every day, the previous ones, they build up and the momentum and the potential of achieving the greater results. Now let's compare. I learned about a bamboo tree. I realized a bamboo tree before it splits, it can barely be seen for the first 5 years as it builds extensive root system underground before exploding 90 feet in the air within 6 weeks. Can you imagine? After it has spewed extensively its roots below the ground for 5 years without being seen, now it explodes. It explodes within 6 weeks, 90 feet above the air. That's why most powerful outcomes are delayed for a reason. So if you want to change your life, you need to change something in your life today or in the future. Begin being that person, be the change, be something, be the person who wants, become the person who wants those changes and begin doing 9 small things every day because they compound over time and they bring massive results. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you so much, Sis Naomi. So the core message is simple but very powerful. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So instead
Mhm.
of focusing on huge results, you focus on tiny improvements every day. And over time, like Sis Naomi said, those small changes compound into big transformation, like a bamboo tree. So the next one who will be sharing her favorite book is Sis Liz, and she will be sharing Miracle Morning. Take it away, sis.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Good evening from the United Kingdom. My name is Elizabeth. I'm a mom to two boys, a logistics and supply chain professional. I'm really grateful to be here with everyone. And for those that are watching and will be catching up on the replay, thank you so much for sticking with us. So, let's talk about this powerful book I'm reading right now. I don't know if you can see my screen, The Miracle Morning. So, the main message is very simple on this book. The main message is that your life does not change by chance. It changes by the habits that you take every single day. And one of the most important habits is how you start your morning. Because many of us wake up already tired. We wake up already rushing out, already reacting to problems. But this book teaches something very different. It says that successful people, they don't just wake up, they wake up with intention. So this book actually stresses about waking up every single day with intention. Not because, you know, the successful people, they have more time in their hands. No, they all have 24 hours, but because they choose to use their life better. And the author introduces a simple routine called savers, right? 6 small things you can do every morning to improve your life. Not complicated ones, not expensive, but just consistent, just consistent things that you can implement daily in our life to make a difference. And the first one I want to talk about is being silenced. They also talk about, being silenced when you wake up in the morning. That could be just praying, that could be meditation, or just sitting quietly when you wake up, starting your day with a calm mind. No waking up, just rushing, jump from bed and just rush to work. The author really emphasized on starting with a silence when you wake up, even if it's 5 minutes, just sitting and just calm with your spirit. And the second one is affirmation. He talked about, speaking positive words about your future, because what you tell yourself daily actually shapes how you show up daily. And the third one is visualization, right? Visualization is about seeing the life that you want before it actually happens. Seeing yourself succeed, seeing yourself win in every situation, seeing yourself manifesting, all those things that you hope or you pray for, to happen in your life. And the fourth one is exercise. The author talks so much about moving your body. Even 10 minutes, it can boost your energy and confidence. We all know the importance of exercise. When you living a life of, when you living a sedentary lifestyle, you know that, is you actually preparing for a situation in your life that, apart from even affecting your productivity daily, after a period of time, it becomes a problem when you are not moving your body. And the fifth one is reading, learning something new every single day, because growth does not happen by accident. You need to learn, you need to read, so that you can keep the mind engaged. And the fourth one is writing down things, because putting your goal on paper, taking, tracking your progress and being intentional about it, it just gives you, it builds that momentum and helps you live a more successful life. Now, here's the truth that really, really hits me from this book. You don't need more time, right? Some of us feel that we need more than 24 hours. No, you don't need more time. All we need to succeed is a better habit every single day, especially for people like us, working parents, busy professionals, people carrying responsibility at work and at home, right? Your future will not change overnight. It doesn't. But it will change with the daily action that we take every single day. So that is why this book is so, so powerful, because it reminds us, that success is not one big move. No, it is a small, consistent step done every single day. That is what really builds momentum. And honestly, that is the same principle we apply in this online business. Learning daily, showing up daily, building daily, little by little, your life, begin to move forward into the direction that you hope for or you prayed for. So my question to everyone listening is very, very simple this night. How are you starting your morning right now? Because your morning today is shaping your future tomorrow. And if you are one of those people like me before, who just set alarm at the exact time, I just jump up from bed and just zoom out, maybe we just need to take a pause and just say, what can you do? Slow down, maybe wake up 30 minutes earlier and just take this tiny little step, this saver step, and see the result in a very short time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sis Liz. So win your morning and you have a better chance of winning your day. So something that really stuck with me from this book is how powerful your morning is. Before we started being intentional, morning felt rushed and stressful. But even just a few minutes of quiet time, it changes your mindset. And when your mindset shifts, everything else start to follow. So thank you for that sharing. So for me, I'm going to share. Maybe you will find it really funny, but this is the book that I want to share. I don't know if you can see it. It may seem like a simple kid book, but
Mhm.
Pete the cat, I love my white shoes, actually connects really. to adult life, especially running an online business. So when I read this book a long time ago, I was not in online business yet. I really fell in love with this. So I'm just gonna share a little bit about this. I don't know if you guys know about this book. Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. So at its core, Pete the Cat models adaptability. Things don't go as planned. His white shoes gets dirty, change colors, and even gets wet. But he doesn't panic or quit. That mindset is huge in business, also in our life. Constantly face unexpected changes. Someone in family gets sick, you lost or your spouse lost a job, your car broke down, school fees, gas and groceries go up, and on and on and on. Like Pete, staying calm and adjusting instead of reacting emotionally helps you keep moving forward. This book also reflects resilience. Pete doesn't dwell on problems. He keeps going. In the business or in our life, not every launch will succeed and not every idea or plan will work. Every single one of us here, immigrants, we are all, to those of you who are watching right now, these ladies, all of us here are immigrants. So we plan on getting filthy rich when we leave our country, but we're still working on it right now. And the ability to keep walking and singing your song, according to Pete, is what separates people who stick with it from those who give up too early. And another connection that I like about this book is the mindset. Pete focuses on what he can control, his attitude in life, or even in our personal life or in business. You can't control everything, but you can control consistency, effort, and how you respond to setbacks. Like Pete the Cat, when his shoes get wet, when his shoes turn to red because he stepped on strawberries, he just keeps singing and moving forward. When his shoes turn into red because into blue because he stepped on blueberries, he did not cry, he did not whine, he just keep moving forward. So while it's children's story, the takeaway is very practical for me. So we have to stay flexible. We don't overreact to setbacks and keep moving forward even when things get messy. So that's my my sharing of Pete the Cat. So the last but not the least, I believe everyone is so waiting for Sis Joyce to share this book. This book isn't just a book, I should say. It's a guide for how to live, how to think, and how to stay steady even when life feels overwhelming. So take it away, Sis Joyce. We can't wait for your sharing. I'm not gonna even say what it is.
Good morning, world. From Australia, it's morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you will be watching us from. If you're watching a replay, my name is Joyce. I am a happy mom of three and a happy wife, a digital business owner, and a healthcare worker. It is so interesting that we have to twist a little bit of our topics, and today's topics was a favorite books. I like reading. My house is full of books. It's like a library. Everywhere you turn, you'll see a book. So everywhere I go, I don't help myself. If I see a book and I just read like just an introduction, I have to buy that book. But guess what? All the people who has disciplined themselves in reading, they will find out that it is helping. It is a skill that helps them to grow from one point to the other. But the best of the book that I ever read that's transformed life in everything. As an introduction of from Sister Emily, it is a manual of how to live. So it is maybe successful people may think, okay, the Bible is not something that I can read about my business, but I'm gonna show you how it is a book that is a manual for how to live. So I will just give the verses. If I get into it, you'll think I'm doing a preaching. So I don't want to be a preacher, but the book above all the books that can cover everything that all my sisters has read. I read a lot of books. 10 Rules of Money. I've read God, Rich God, Poor People. I've read a lot of books actually. Let me just Rules of Money. I read The Millionaires Next Door. I read Manifest Money While You Sleep. But all the books are very good because they impact us and they help us to have discipline of how we can live or how we can succeed in everything we do. But the Bible is above all the books. Because first of all, in Deuteronomy 28:12 says, the Lord will open heavens to bless all the work of your hand. How's that sound? We have assurance that the blessings, even all other books and those writers, they get enabled to write those books because God has blessed them with that ability, with that courage to write. So we have above everything the book that it is a manual for lifestyle. It is about whether you are a believer or not, whether you're a Christian or any other denomination. I don't want to talk about other books from other denomination, but the Bible, it is what carries everything. Like to commit our business to God. It is just found in Proverbs 16, verse 3. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. So, as Emily says in the morning, if we have the habit of wake up and pray and tell God, our days is now in your hands, everything I will do, all the work of my hand, Lord, go ahead of me. Everything we'll do at the end of the day in the evening, you'll not regret because you committed every plan that you had in God's hand, including your business, including every work that you can do. So the Bible is my favorite book above all. So to for the business owners or the people who are doing their jobs or on the companies, the verse that encourages us all is James chapter 2 verse 17 and say, by faith itself, it's not accompanied by action, it's dead. So if I can be a business owner and say, okay, I know I will succeed. I know I will succeed without taking action, without being consistent of what I'm doing, without showing up on social media, as all of you, our audience knows that we are digital business owners. If you don't want to, if we don't see, if we don't show ourselves on social media, you don't see us, then how do we gonna succeed? We can have faith, as one of the books from Elizabeth says, we can have faith, but if we don't take action, nothing will happen. It's faith without action is dead. So that is just a verse of the Bible. And a small beginning, it's always encouraged. Like we can encourage anyone who wants to start. The Bible is encouraging us to do step by step from, I think, a book from Naomi or Liz. Every step that you take in life, it is very, very encouraged. So it's found in Zechariah chapter 4, verse 10. It says that do not despise these small beginnings. So it's used to encourage people of God to do the beginnings, like even by faith, even to go to heaven, we have to have a daily action and daily goal toward our faith, growth, and everything. So the small beginning, you may say, okay, I want to start, but where should I start? Just step out and take that first step, and God will continue to encourage you. So the Bible is everything in my personal life as well as in my business. So to be diligent and to get profit, it is in the Bible. You just read Proverbs 14, verse 23. It says, all hard work brings profit. There you go, girls. There you go, my audience. Every hard work you do, it will bring a profit, because it's not in vain that you show up every day. It's not in vain that you talk to your leads and you do follow up in the business. Every single work that we do, it brings profit. It is a promise of God. And when we come to the Bible and claim the promise of God in everything, as long as you trust whom you are believing in, He will indeed establish your path. So when God gives you power, He creates even opportunities. So when God gives you something to do, He opens doors. It is biblical. It's found in Deuteronomy 8:18, and it says, "It is He who gives you ability to produce wealth." Mm? You, even if you do, what if it's not God who has opened the doors? Many people, as Emily said, they have tried hard, they work hard in their lives, they have done everything they could do, but if God haven't opened yet the doors, you'll work hard 100 years and you'll not get anything. But Deuteronomy is encouraging us to trust in God, because it is He who give ability to produce wealth. Even if we stay here 100 years and everything that we can do without God's provision, we are nothing. That's why I love my God. I love the Bible. It is a book of how to live. So we need to work with purpose, and even we don't work only for money, but we work with purpose. In Colossians 3 verse 23, it says, whatever you do, work it with all your heart. That is with Colossians, is go as working for the Lord. We are doing our business here. It's not only for us. We're not chasing for money, but for us, we have missions. I have a mission of helping orphans, and the purpose of it, it's a big, if maybe next time we'll come for mission of our business. I have an orphanage that I have to support. So it's not about me, or my family. I have a purpose of my business. And when I succeed, God's people will also profit from it. So we don't chase money, we chase the purpose of life as well. So if I go about the Bible because I love it so much, we'll spend the whole day here. So I hope you are so inspired by all the books. And above all, God is everything for us. Thank you so much, my audience, and thank you, my sisters. I hope if you resonate with us and you want to join the business and you know the way forward, it's only God who can enable you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Back to
Thank
you,
you so
Emily.
much. Yeah, thank you so much, Sis Joyce. And the Bible really is the best book there is. It teaches us faith, patience, discipline, and trusting the process, even when we don't see the full picture yet. So, thank you so much to all of you who are here with us. Thank you, ladies, and for your time. Tonight, we truly appreciate every single one of our audience, and to those of you who will be watching the replay, thank you so much. God bless everyone, and we'll see you
Thank
again
you.
next week.
Thank you.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Bye. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.